Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndinawe. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a new subscriber, you are very much welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So as you guys can see from the title below, today I'll be sharing with you something about medicine. Today I'll be sharing with you guys some of the reasons why medicine might not just be the course for you. I am currently a final year medical student pursuing my MBBS, which is a bachelor's in medicine and surgery, and this is why I am making this video, because I am just about to finish the first road in my medical journey. So yeah, I think it's a perfect time for me to make this video, especially because a lot of people graduated last year and people are about to get into university this year, and others are just about to get into their final semester in high school, and they're contemplating, they have this very huge decision to make. Should I study medicine, or I am not an A student, should I study medicine? I really am passionate about this course and all those different things. I know what it's like being in final year, especially if you're not one person that's born for something, but there's one thing that you've always wanted to do, and that's the only thing that you've been working towards all your 12 years of high school and primary and all that stuff. So let me start by saying that medicine is a course that any single person can study. Don't get discouraged if you're not in an A class or a pure class, because you can study medicine. Medicine is very different from courses like, I think, artificial intelligence, right? Yeah, things like AI and all those different courses where you have to be inverting things, you have to create things and all that stuff. Medicine is a course where you'll be able to study things, or you're allowed to study, or you're given an opportunity to study things that have existed for a very, 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 very long time. And yeah, you just have to put in critical thinking. Really, that's the major thing you have to do, and a lot of hard work, obviously, but for the most part you'll be reading and studying things that have existed before. You're still dealing with the same human body. Diseases have to be treated the same way. Obviously there's some differences here and there, but it's still the same way that you have to to treat someone. And people's heads are the same, people's brains are, people have two eyes and all those things. We have special cases, but for the most part things are the same. So there isn't, it's not rocket science. You can study medicine, and don't get discouraged if you haven't been an A student and all that stuff. If you're very passionate about helping people and studying medicine, then definitely go ahead and don't feel discouraged. Yeah, so that's the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys. And with that being said, let's get straight into the main video, right?
That your hair and your lips and your skin, melanin, it's all beautiful.
Is it something that you're very passionate about? Are you doing it because your parents want you to do it? Do you see yourself doing something else? If you ticked yes, 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 then medicine is not for you, because the worst thing you can ever do for yourself or to yourself is do medicine or study medicine because someone else wants you to do it, or because you've been a very good student, you've been a very ambitious student, and you always aim for A's or nothing, and now after you graduate you're like, wow, I could actually just do medicine. Medicine is not about the grades that you get in high school or the type of grades that you get. It really isn't about how smart you are. It's about how much sacrifice you're trying to put, or you're willing to put in, to see another person live a better life, or to improve someone's quality of life. It is very important that you don't choose medicine because your family wants you to do it. And I know this is very common in a lot of African households, because your parents are advising you to study medicine, and we know their advice is not advice. It's them telling you that you should study medicine. And if you're going to do it because your parents want you to do it, then you are going to find it very hard to put through medical school, because it's very challenging. Medicine or medical school is a phase of your life where you will experience a lot of pains, a lot of crying, a lot of wanting to give up, a lot of frustration and all those different things. And if you're mainly doing it because of your parents, it will be really hard for you to pull through medical school. Really, it will be very hard. And I know it's really hard to convince your family otherwise, and stand on your no and all that stuff, because they're the ones who are going to be sponsoring you, or your sponsors or your guardians or whoever is taking you to university. They're the ones who are fully in charge of you. So it's hard for you to say, no, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. But just try, just really try. People cannot be angry with you for the rest of their lives. So yes, maybe they'll be angry, they'll not be happy with you for the first couple of years, but it's your job to prove to them that whichever course that you decide to take, you will flourish in whatever course, and you will do it with the best of your abilities. Then they'll be able to trust your decision. Because really, guys, medicine is very challenging. It's not the easiest thing, and worse off, if you're doing it for someone else, you don't like it, it will be very hard. Don't do it because someone wants you to do it. And if you see yourself doing other things, have a list of the things that you like to do, and just try to tick the boxes and give yourself reasons why you want to do this, why you want to do this, and why you want to do that. Compare everything and see which one ticks the most boxes. Then you'll be able to decide if medicine is maybe your first option or your second option. Because the truth is, if you see yourself doing so many other things, it's so easy for you to get frustrated, especially with the kind of medicine I have done myself. Corona started, well, a lot of people had to go through corona, right? Then the war started, then so many different things were happening, and it takes passion to pull you through, especially if you were studying in certain countries. It takes a lot of passion for you to pull through medical school. The passion is what's going to be driving you, and if you're doing it because of your parents, then it's you break down. Trust me, you will break down. So do it for the right reasons. Do it because you're passionate about it, because you're passionate about helping people. And this leads me to my next point. Do it because you're passionate about helping people, and not because of the prestige or the money. The money comes after, guys. And yes, I know some countries, they pay doctors a lot of money and all that stuff, but to be very honest, that money doesn't come easily. It takes a lot of sacrifice. I know it comes with a great social status, you're called doctor this and all that stuff, but you have to be willing to put in the hard work. It takes a lot. It really does take a lot, and the prestige and the money comes after the sacrifice. And we're not talking of 2-3 years sacrifice. Sometimes it might take you like 15 years, some 12, and other times 8 years. It just depends on your journey, and it's not an easy journey at all. It does take a very long time for you to reach that point where yes, the money is coming in and all that stuff. For the first years, you will have to go through it. You have to sacrifice a lot of things, and don't do it because of the social status. Don't do it because of the money, because that's not the primary reason why you're doing medicine in the first place. The main reason you're doing it is because you want to see people live a better life. You want to improve people's quality of life. You want to help people. You want to put a smile on people's faces, and you just want to be that person that people come to, and they know fully well that when they're coming to you, they're happy. You know how it is when you're going to see a doctor and you're not feeling too well. When you get into that doctor's office, you already feel relaxed. You feel okay because you know someone is there to help you, and someone is there to help you, someone is there to listen to you, and that is the person that you want to be. Don't get into it because of the money, because you'll not see the money. You'll not see the money for the first couple of years and all that stuff, and it will lead you to frustration, especially if your primary goal is the money. You just want the money. What am I saying? It would not be easy for you to pass through medical school from first year to 6th or 7th year because you're doing it because of the money. It's not going to be easy. If you're a person that doesn't consider yourself a lifelong learner, then medicine is definitely not for you. I know when you're in high school, you just can't wait to be done with books, because high school is also so you're just done. You just can't wait to be done with books and all those things, and you're not interested in books again. Then medicine is definitely not for you, because you will have to learn a lot. And not only will you have to learn a lot, you have to learn for the rest of your life. There's always a new strains of viruses and bacteria, the mutations here and there. So many different things happen, so much that you still need to keep learning. Like, you still need to keep learning, because you can never know it all. And if you don't see yourself as one person that wants to keep learning and has that urge to keep learning and keep updating the information that they have, to keep to be updated with the new guidelines and all those things that are being released each and every year, then medicine is not going to be the best course for you. Because guys, there's a lot of learning that you have to do. There's a lot of learning, and if you don't see yourself learning long term, you would rather just have hands-on experience, that is it, then medicine is not for you, right? Speaking of learning and learning for a very long time, this leads me to my next point, which is medicine is not for you if you're not ready to put in the hard work. Medicine in your first year, first, second, third year, your first 3 years actually is going to be the most hectic thing. you would not like it. Well, this experience is not the same for everyone, but for the most part, for most people, it will not be a fun experience at all. This is the period of your life where you have to put in the most sacrifice ever. It's one of the most draining years of your life, like the first 3 years of medical school, because you will have to put in a lot of hard work. There's no amount of preparation that you can do to be fully prepared for med school, because it will hit you like everything will just be coming. A lot of information that you have to take in. It's really a lot. So if you're not ready for that, if you're not ready to put in the hard work, to have sleepless nights, to to cry, to want to give up, to be frustrated, to be tired, then medicine is not for you. There's obviously you can make it work, but you can make it work and have a balance sort of. But for the first couple of years, it's not easy to have that balance, because the information is just a lot. In your first year, this is your foundation year, and you just have to you make the best of it. Your foundation really determines how you're going to see medical school for the next couple of years, or till you graduate actually. So yeah, you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready, prepare your mind. I know there's not enough preparation that you can do to be fully ready for medical school, especially for the first years, but you just prepare your mind and be ready for all the frustration, all the tiredness, all the things that come with medical school. Because guys, it's not easy at all. It's not easy to learn anatomy, pathology, pharmacology, physiology, all these courses. It's not easy. Biochemistry, organic chemistry, it's not easy to have all those things soaked and plugged in your head at once, and well, not at once, but in a very short period of time. So you have to be ready for that. You really have to be ready for that. And if you're willing to go through this journey, you're willing to to sacrifice your time and all those things, then yeah, medicine might just be for you. But if not, medicine, I don't know, you have to really reconsider your options. So the third reason why medicine might not just be for you is if you're a person that dislikes people. If you don't like people at all, you can't stand the sight of seeing people, you just don't like a lot of people in your face, you don't like seeing a lot of, you don't like talking, then medicine might not just really be for you. Because the truth is, you have to speak, you have to interact with your patients for you to come up with a proper diagnosis. Like, you really have to like people. You generally just have to like people. People get to meet you at their weakest points when they really need someone. And yeah, if you're not one person that likes people, and the people that you get to see are people that are at their weakest points, and all those people in the vulnerable moments and all that stuff, then medicine might not just really be the course for you. Because you will see a lot of people with different attitudes, different personalities, people that don't want you because of this, they don't want you because of this, others are rude, and others just don't want to talk. And if you're one person that just can't stand the sight of people, you don't like people and all that stuff, then medicine is it might not just be for you. Okay, so if you're one person that doesn't like blood, you don't like vomit, you don't like knowing how diseases come about, the pathogenesis and all that stuff, then medicine might not just be the course for you. Because the truth is, you will have to deal with a lot of blood, especially in your first years. Because especially in your first years, you will have to deal with a lot of blood. And why I'm saying especially in your first years is because everything's new to you, everything's just coming to you as it's coming. There's no readiness, you're not prepared for it, right? So everything's just coming. It's more different in your like the other years, like your final years and all that stuff, because you become used to these things. But in your first years, if you don't like blood, then I don't know. Because the truth is, when you're doing pathomorphology, most times you will go to to certain departments in the hospital where there's a fresh body, somebody that just died 2 hours ago, and there's this dissection, there's all these different things, someone is being cut into two, there's just so many different things are happening, and all those things involve blood. You will step on blood. Guys, the first experience that I had it wasn't an easy experience at all. I had to get home, cleanse myself. I never wanted to wear the shoes that I wore at the hospital. And the thing is, you always wear all these protective shoes and all that stuff, like the plastic stuff on your feet. But either way, I just felt like the blood was getting, I don't know, it was so crazy. The way I cleansed my shoes that day, it wasn't an easy experience at all. And these are things that you'll be dealing with in your first years and all that stuff. So if you don't like blood, you don't like diseases, you don't like knowing about all these things, then medicine might not just be the right course for you. Because you will have to get into details of how your body functions. Sometimes you look at yourself like, what is happening, like, you know, all those things. Like, it's a very exciting experience, but at the same time you can become frightened, like you can start getting scared of your own body. So if you're not interested in blood, you're not interested in diseases, then you have to really reconsider your options. And yeah, maybe medicine might not be for you. Okay, it's like all the points that I'm going to be talking about are sort of interconnected here and there, but that's what medicine is, right? So this leads me to my next point, which is, if you're one person that doesn't like to sacrifice, then medicine might not just be the right course for you, because the whole time that you're going to be in medical school, you will have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice your time, you have to sacrifice you having fun. Generally, a lot of people say that you get to sacrifice your 20s, which to some extent that's true, but you can still make time and, you know, create time for other things that you like, though you don't have enough time for that. Even just the guilt that is going to be catching you when you're doing other things, like you'll be like, I should be studying, I should be studying. It takes people that are bold like myself it takes people that are bold to be able to do other things, knowing fully well that they have books that are waiting for them, right? So medicine requires a lot of your sacrifice, and sometimes you don't get to visit your family, sometimes you don't get to attend big events in your families, things like someone getting married, someone having a child, any of your family members graduating, and all those things, because you are sacrificing your life for people. You're just basically sacrificing your life for the well-being of others. So if you're one person that doesn't like to put in the sacrifice, you're one person that doesn't see yourself sacrificing your life for another person, then medicine might not just be the right course for you, because it requires a lot of sacrifice. And this is something that you have to, you know, think about thoroughly. This is something that you have to think about thoroughly. Are you one person that likes to make sacrifices? Are you one person that's willing to sacrifice a lot of things in your life for the well-being of other people? All that studying that you're doing, every single thing that you'll be doing, is because you want another person to live a better life. You want to see someone's quality of life improved. You want to help another person. You want to put a smile on another person's face. So this is the main reason why you're doing medicine. You know that, right? That's the main reason why you're doing medicine. You're doing it so other people can live a better life and all that stuff. So yeah, these are things that you have to put into consideration. And if it doesn't tick any of your boxes, then medicine... Sorry guys, my camera just went off. I hope the positioning and everything doesn't change on the lighting. But anyway, let me quickly make this video because it's going to go off again in a very short time. Very soon. So this leads me to my last point, which is, don't go for medicine because you think it's cool, because you see how doctors act in movies and in series and all that stuff. That's not real. That's not the real world, and that's something that you have to take note of, because medicine takes much more than that. They will not show you the tears and, you know, the sacrifices that have to be put in for them to reach a certain stage. What am I saying? That's not even real. But to be fair, in real life, it does happen a bit like that sometimes, but it takes a very long time. It takes a lot of sacrifice for you to get to a place where everything looks so cool. Okay, so please guys, make sure that you tick your boxes, understand why exactly you're doing it, and have the right reasons as to why you like to take this journey, because it's expensive to study medicine no matter where you're doing it. If you're doing it on scholar, it's still expensive regardless. Like, it's a very expensive career to take on, and it's a very expensive course to study. So please do it for the right reasons. Yeah, just do it for the right reasons, so that you know, you will be a better doctor, and you'll be someone that is going to be impacting the community in a positive way. Okay, so this comes to the end of my video, and if you are planning on studying medicine, you're don't think about it too much. If this is something that you've been wanting to do for as long as you can remember, then just go for it. Don't think about it too much, because there isn't enough preparation that you will do to be fully ready for medical school. The experience is what's going to be preparing you. The whole journey is going to be very new. It's going to be something very different, and it's going to be a lot. So don't waste a lot of your time preparing and doing this and doing that. Do that. Just take your time, just relax, and yeah, get into it and do the best that you can, because it's very possible to, you know, to do it. Any single person can do it. Remember what I said. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing every single one of you guys that's watching this video all the best, no matter what stage you are at in your life. All the best, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.